Hi everyone, I'm your Tuesday host, Rebecca, also known as ShyWitch88 here on YouTube. This whole week we're just going to be kicking it off with really introduction videos, just telling you a bit about what we practice really. So Young Witches United, there you go, is just a channel where we discuss topics which you guys leave us, so please leave us some topics. We do have some already lined up from some people who kindly suggested it to us on our Facebook group page. So yeah. And also one thing about the channel is we do how to do videos. That was tricky. We do those because everyone loves those. So those are definitely something that will be present in this channel. So yeah. On to the actual point of this video now. I have the habit of having to explain things, and I kind of suck at it. Okay, so I'm an eclectic witch. I also call myself an eclectic pagan, although I prefer the term witch more. I use the term pagan simply to stay clear of the stereotypes that you get from the word witch, and that is the sole reason because I go to college. Can you imagine? Yeah. So 17, I've been practicing since I was 13. I began off as Wiccan, moved on to pagan, and now just decided to be witch because, not every pagan is a witch and not every witch is a pagan. I'm not going to go into the differences between those two in this video, nor am I going to go into the view of deity and how I view it, because again, totally different. Nor the color coding of magic either. Not going to go into that either. So yeah. I used to work with La Santísima Muerte. She was my patron, although that connection sort of faded a few weeks ago. Although I still have a close connection to her, it's just not the patron sort of one. I also worked with Athena before her, and for a very brief period of time, Hecate. When I say brief, I mean it was a very brief amount of time. I've never really stayed with a deity for a very long period of time. I tend to go solo longer, so right now I am going solo. I have no issue working with deities that have not been my patron. I still work with deities who have been my patron, so I don't really mind that whole business, although I do tend to do workings without deities a lot of the time. I'm also quite heavily into spirit work. It is one thing that I enjoy the most. Obviously I read, but I don't go off everything a book says. The way I see it is that when people first began practicing witchcraft, they didn't have books. They didn't have teachers. It had to begin from somewhere. So, what feels right to you is what you do, and that's a lot of what I do. I go with what feels right to me. And if it works, I keep it. If it doesn't, I don't keep it, or I try to work on it until it does work. A lot of things that you create tend to have a lot of power because you created them, you believe in them. Divination is something I enjoy quite a lot, but I'm not an expert in. The element I don't connect with the most is Earth. It's the one I have the weakest connection with. When I mean weak, it's very weak. But I'm a complete and utter fire element lover. I'm a Leo. I work quite heavily with fire. If you ever see any of my future videos, you will be able to tell that. So yeah, I don't have an issue with black magic. Now let me explain that. When I mean that, I mean that if you harm someone out of envy, or just because you feel like it, so against that, it's unbelievable. However, if someone does something that really ticks me off, and I don't mean just annoys me, I mean they do it on purpose, like it is a target sort of thing. It could be a sly comment, anything that is meant to bring you down. I don't have a problem jumping on that. I really don't. I will sit there and I will target back through witchcraft. Although I never do anything extreme in terms of harm. I will never go to the harmful extreme. I think that's completely wrong to actual cause harm, but I will do it in a way that it links with what they're doing, so it teaches them a lesson. Does that mean a curse? Maybe it does, yeah. Only they can break it. It's very thing. I'm very open about it, very honest about that. Although, one thing I always do, if I don't actually know, if it's something that's happened, if I don't know if that person who I think actually did it, before I send something off, I do a little phrase. in my working that allows it to stop before it actually hits the person if they didn't, in fact, do it. So I have a little protection there. I'm very careful as well when it comes to that. If I do something and, I forgot to add that phrase, or I don't know, something happened and it wasn't that person, I allow the full consequences to bounce back to me. I'm completely, I would deserve that. So it's one reason I'm very careful about when I do it. But, I'm not someone who just turns the other cheek. That's not me whatsoever. I've learned that it's not me. Um, I'm quite into protection magic as well. So there you go. I don't practice all the Sabbats. I'm not someone who celebrates all the Sabbats. Um, I don't. I'm not someone who's always every day does something witchy. That's not me either. I do it when I feel like I should, when I have a sense to do it. Um, and yeah, that's where I'm going to end it because I've gone over 5 minutes and my target was 5 minutes. So I hope this was okay for you guys. I know it was kind of brief in terms of my path, but in the future you'll see it develop, you'll see it change as things do, and you'll get a better understanding of it. So yeah, that's your Tuesday host out. Please subscribe, thumbs up, leave some topics down below, and yeah, bye.